Hi everybody and welcome back to the channel. I realise it's been quite a long time since I posted up some videos. I've just been really busy with work, and to be honest, I think my head was a wee bit down with making the videos. It just seems to be I don't have enough time to sit down, video them all, edit them and get everything up and done and dusted. So I have been getting a lot of messages and texts and phone calls actually to see when I'm actually going to be doing the channel again. And I promise you this year I'm going to try and smash it at the park for all of you that actually want to see what I'm getting up to. It's been about 6 months, I think, since my last actual update on anything. On the house side of things, I haven't got much to put on that at the moment. The council have really pulled us to high heavens and what was allowed and what we weren't allowed, but we have got permissions now, so the house is allowed to get built. We're going to start the actual physical build of the house next month. We'll go into that in bigger detail. I'll make a subsection for that one, because what I'm going to do is, in the channel now, I'm going to split my life up. I'm going to try and show you a bit of why it takes me so long to get the videos out, because not only, obviously, this isn't a full-time job. I'm by no means a Mark Armstrong, that's for sure. I'm just trying to share my collection with everybody, but things have changed obviously through the past couple of months. Biggest change obviously is Fast Forward magazine is gone. That was a massive blow to me. I think a blow to the Ford community in a whole, that we would lose such an iconic magazine, something that's not going to be around again now. Now they do still have the socials, the Fast Forward socials, you know, like Instagram, their TikToks and obviously Facebook, but the actual Fast Forward magazine is gone. So Kelsey Media, who published the magazine, they have taken it upon themselves to just get rid of the magazine because nobody was buying it, and just focus on the social aspects. So you'll still get your Ford fairs, like I keep being asked, and you'll still get your Ford fests, and you'll still see features popping up on the socials. Unfortunately, nobody will ever get the Fast Forward now in a Fast Forward magazine. And I think for anyone that's actually, you know, building cars and as a true car fanatic, the end result to get your car in the magazine and see it in paper is a massive achievement. Because a lot of people put in to get it, but not a lot of people actually get in the magazine, if that makes sense, which is a shame. But that's one of these things. But I have got something in the pipeline on my channel that might help out with reliving a wee bit of the magazine era that I was certainly brought in with, the Max Powers, Revs, Fast Forward, even Performance Forward at the time as well, which was the magazines that we used to buy. I'll go into that a wee bit more in the video. The updates, we'll do a quick one on the Bri Van episode. I'm sorry to say for Brian, my head had been down and I just could not get to the bottom of why the van wasn't starting. The news is I have got it starting now. I've found out the problem. I've had to rewire it, but I am massively behind on actually getting this van back on the road. It's sitting right there. It's still up on its axle stands, unfortunately, but I'm going to make a point of it to just try and chip away and make time in my diary to get this van done. Not only for Brian, but I wouldn't mind my Mark 1 Focus RS back home, since it's actually stored at his, because I've got his van. Putting everything back together shouldn't take too long, but I don't want to just fling it back together. I want to give this van back to Brian and have it as good as what the cars that I run about in myself are. I want this to be perfect. So I'm going to do a complete opposite one and on the Bri Van, and we'll do an update on that, but it is there, ready to go. The collection wise, things have changed. So a couple of the feature cars that I've had have disappeared. I have got rid of the blue Mark II Focus RS that we put on air ride in one of my last videos. I'll put it right about here in the picture, if I'm smart enough with editing. It went, and I got a Mark III Focus RS in its place, which I'll put in a photo here. I just wanted something that was a nice daily, fast daily, and I just couldn't gel with the Mark II. Even though it was an awesome car, I don't know, I just didn't want it. I didn't like it. So loads of people want it, but I really wanted to just swap it for do a deal with a Mark III Focus RS, which I got. I'll do a video on that as well. Another one that left the collection, well, finally it was a great story for anyone that actually follows me on my other socials, is my Orion. Now obviously we RS Turbo converted that one, we got it up and running, and then I sold it to Clyde Competitions. and I watched them do wee bits and bobs to it and tidy it all up and change, you know, colour of wheels and stuff like that. And then I decided, you know what, I'm going to put some tickets in this. And I ended up winning it back. Now, I won the Ryan back, I brought it back home, and I sold it for a reason. I sold it because I didn't have the space for it. I wasn't going to use it. I wanted to get someone else to get the enjoyment out of it. But I would have been silly to not buy tickets to try and win it back, to try and, you know, take it as I didn't take it as a cash alternative, but I knew I could sell it on again anyway. And that's exactly what I've done. I won it back and then I sold it again. But this time I didn't do it to a competition page. It went to Manchester, and it's living its best life down there, and I'm happy with that because it's gone to someone who's really into the Mark IVs. Another one, obviously that's the cars that I've kind of left the building. We've had a couple come into the building. We have got, for anyone that watches TikToks and YouTubes and Instagrams, they'll know of Flat Out, Flat Broke Sandy. Well, he put his M Sport van, transit van up for auction, well, for a raffle at Epic Competitions. And yes, I bought tickets for that, and yes, I won the van. So I now own Sandy for Flat Out, Flat Broke's transit van, and I will do a wee bit on this video. Not only that, I've now secured an RS500. My dream car is sitting in the unit 2 down, and I can't be more over the moon with it. I am buzzing like a broken fridge for it. I'll show you it really soon. I want to change the registration plates on it because we just quickly changed them to get my private plates on them. We might do that in the video just to show you them changing. So that's what we've got so far. But the biggest news for anyone that's been keeping me up to date in the socials is obviously my Fiesta. That was the very first car I had featured was the RS1800, which I'll put in a picture here. Keep doing this. But I sold it, and I always wanted it back. I sold it to further my business, and I always said to the guy I sold it to, if you ever sell it, please give me first refusal. And I didn't get first refusal, and the car went missing. I had never seen it, but the news was I found, randomly we saw pictures come up on the internet. There was Fiesta SI bumpers, which I'd changed onto the RS1800, and in popped the bumper. Now I saw this picture straight away and I knew it was my bumper. Now, there's loads of SI bumpers like this way, but I don't keep anything standard. And this was my own customised SI bumper. I remember cutting out to fit my intercooler that we custom made for the car, the mesh. Also, when we sold the bumper on, when we sold the car on, sorry, the bumper had 2 like monster stickers on each corner from the next owner. They were still on it, so it just verified it was my bumper. It went up for sale, and I bought it. I got the bumper and I picked it up at Mallory Park. So I have got that bumper sitting right behind the camera as well. We'll show you that. And I'm still trying to find out exactly what happened to the car. Obviously, it's been broken down for some parts, but I don't know if someone's got that car hiding now and putting it back to an RS1800 spec with the square bumpers on it. On that note, when I was down at Mallory Park for Ford Fest, for washout, we went across with my friend Paddy and Mike, and we went across about an hour away to see a Fiesta RS1800 that was up for sale in ash black. And sitting below the camera at the moment is that car. I bought it. And what I'm going to do is, because we have got the original bumper up there, I am going to make, like I always wanted to do, I'm going to make a replica of that car. Now, I don't know if I'll ever get the real McCoy back, so the next best thing would be for me to actually make a replica, if you like. So we have got the donor car there, which I'm just about to start filming and show you. So it's there. So I have got loads of projects on the go. I just going to physically try and make the time to get everything done and dusted. I think I need to make some time for myself rather than just working all the time. And I enjoy making the videos and I enjoy working in the cars, but at the moment, for the past 7 months, I really haven't done anything other than wash the cars, and even at that, I haven't had much time to do that. But I'm really sorry for not putting out as many videos as what I've been asked for. I'm sorry I've not managed to do much work on the Bri van, even though I've done wee little bits. But I promise you that I'm going to push this channel a lot more this year, and I will need a lot of my followers' help especially for what I'm planning on doing right now. I'll change the camera around and we'll show you exactly, provided I don't get stuck in my car. What's the chances? I'll show you exactly what I want to do and what I want to add to the channel in order so that I don't need to constantly be doing work in my cars. I can give you something else to see in the channel that should give you that boost, to give you something to watch. So bear with me, 2 seconds. Now excuse the mess of the place, but I've literally loaded everything in here. You'll see a selection of magazines here. They're not just a selection, these are all fast forward magazines. And they date back from pretty much the first episode, the first edition. This one's 1999, they were released in 92, which is this one. Now you might be wondering why I've got all these magazines here. I thought to myself, with us losing Fast Forward magazine, and nobody being able to put anything in the magazine, I thought, why don't we try and hunt down as many as the featured cars that have been in the magazines throughout all those years. Some of them, obviously, we know won't be around, but it'd be nice to see like a backstory and find out what happened to these cars after being in the magazine, or indeed if the owners that have ever had a car featured would like to contact me. I would really like to know where your car is. Have you still got it? Was it destroyed? You know, is it hidden away? You know, let's get the backstory. So anyone who has had a car featured in Fast Forward magazine, or any magazine if they really want to go down that road, get in contact with me. You can either message me directly or you can get me on my socials, Instagram at B11TSY or Butsy Customised on Facebook. I'll try and read through the message and see if we can hunt down as many of the cars that have been in these magazines over the years. I mean, even just picking one out, I mean, first ones, we could try and find this Escort Cosworth, you know, and we could open it up, pick a car and say, right, where's the next feature car? There's some at Donington Park, and we could pick one from here. So if you have had a car featured, get in contact and we'll put this as another kind of playlist on the channel to show you what's happened to those cars since they've been featured, if they've changed any, have they been written off, have they changed owner. You know, I think it's a good backstory. It's something I would like to see, because some of the memories that I've seen in some of these magazines already, even on this one here, I remember this when it came out, and because I was building my Fiesta at the time, so I always remember this one coming out. So I'd like to try and hunt down this one and see where it is and where it ended up. The good thing is, obviously, with the Fast Forward magazine, I can try and find, you know, the original owner of it, because obviously it sits at the end, and we can get the driver spec. Obviously in this one, it's called Gav, so we can try and find out, Gav, do you still have this car? Is it still around? Did you sell it on or whatnot? Get in touch, I'd like to know. So yeah, that's going to be another side to it. So we will try and get playlists set up. Excuse me, I'll do my collection playlist. I'll do the Bryvan playlist, and we'll do the magazine playlist. I'll also add on to that the house build as we go when we start physically building the house. And then randomly, for a bit of fun, I'll show you insights into what I do out with my working life. Can maybe do a work playlist, but I can also do out with that and the silly things I do, like I play darts for local leagues and online darts. So we could do a wee bit of that just to show you what takes up a lot of my time and why videos don't come out as much as what they should have done last year. But I will make time for it. But I'm going to spin the camera around and let's see the little Fiesta. So here it is. This is the donor car that will become my replica. It's a pretty tidy RS 1800, done about 100,000 miles, I think. I'll need to check, we'll check when we go into it. It is the ash black that I wanted, and it is pretty standard. We have got issues with it. I bought it, you know, let my heart rule my head on this one more than anything else. We have got some issues. We have got a dent here on the wing that we need to try and get out, but the car's going to be painted anyway, so that dent to take out. And there's a wee bit of flaking in this wing here, but as I said, this is going to come off and we'll still get the whole car a full paint. But it is, you know, the whole car's solid, ready to be round. Arches inside are still intact. We have randomly, anyone that knows, like, has anyone got electric mirrors for a Mark III Fiesta. It has to be a 3.5, not the big ones, because in the way you'll tell it is fuel flap. Fuel flap at the back means it's a 3.5. I'm looking for electric wing mirrors for an RS 1800 or the Mark III. These ones are manual, and I don't know why, because they should have been electric when the car was built. But as you can see, it's pretty standard. There is an aftermarket stereo in it. It's a bit dark, but the Tiger Stripe seats are still in it. They are a wee bit worn on the bolsters, but we'll get Anthony to retrim them. Or if anyone knows of any RS 1800 seats that are for sale, give me a shout. We've got silly clips missing here. We've got, I'm sure there's a burn in the back, one of the back seats. It's so dark. I mean, they do work, which is a bonus, but we're standard, and this is what I want, because these will be getting retrimmed anyway. So we'll be taking them out, fixed in bolsters, and doing it the black with silver leather, isn't it? But it's completely and utterly standard. This randomly electric window doesn't work as well, which I'll have to fix. So things like that I didn't check because I just wanted the car. That was the main concern. Get this car down the road. And obviously Bryvan's sitting there, screws and stuff on top of it, but I have wired in this light. We've had to make a custom plug in it, so I now need to replicate that plug to make one for that side as well. We have cleaned up the old engine bay and whatnot. Everything's up and running as it is, because this little issue in here was what was stopping me from starting the van. But we'll do a Bryvan update on the full thing on that soon. We'll show you the inside of the Fiesta. I mean, it is standard. There's nothing we feel about other than, oh, sorry, it's not standard. We have got an air filter, but that'll be getting chucked out. And we will pull this engine out and we'll turbocharge it. We'll fit it with a set of 8 injectors at the back, and then we'll use a standalone management system on it as well, just to keep everything running tickety-boo. But I'll get slated because obviously I want to, tell this pretty standard and RS 1800 bits, but these are my cars, so I'm going to stick with it. Here's Sandy's old van. Now obviously I've had it for a wee while now. I've had it for a couple of months. It certainly wasn't perfect when I got it, that's for sure. When I first got it, the front bumper was damaged. This whole section here was smashed to smithereens, and this chunk out it's all hanging down, so I've cut the sections away just to tidy it up. So I need to get this infilled and painted, so that's being fixed. This light bar doesn't even work. The lights at the back, the cables at the back are hidden and tied up, so that doesn't work. What else with it? They came with 2 ball tires on it. I need to do some paint work to the bottom of the doors here, and if you see, the side skirts are quite badly stone chipped. So it's booked in to get painted. This is Sunday, it's going on Thursday to get painted. It is a crew cab. We had the panels obviously done in black, and then put the Butler Installations, my business, on it, just to make it look a bit tidier. And the back was done as well, my private plate put on it. I have got a tow bar for it, but it's locked. No, it's not. To put into it. So I've got doors to fix because these are so stiff. So I'll do a tutorial on how to get these unstiff. But yeah, so I've got the tow bar to fit. That is one for an M Sport, because obviously the kit needs to sweep it. We've got all the electrics there. That's the tow bar in here. New set of ramps, because it's hard to jack this up, so we'll need to put in ramps and up. Anyone who knows Sandy knows these all light up. At the moment I've had to disconnect them because whoever did, well, I know who did the wiring, but they made a parasitic drain. So when they were plugged in, they were drawing a current, and you weren't able to start the van. I mean, literally you would park up for 2 seconds and it'd be dead. I've got a wheel cap I need to fix, more rust there to get done, side skirts damaged, and obviously need to paint in here as well. So it's all booked in to get all this done, because I can't live with stuff like that in it. The inside is still plain and tidy. Excuse the pickup stuff. That is a Starlight roof in there. It's also disconnected because it runs off the same circuit as the stuff in the back. Proof that it is Sandy's there as well. The front and this one I've had to change quite a bit. I'll put the photos. This binnacle had a crack right in it, so I had to buy a second-hand binnacle and put the the glass into it. This was chewed to the nines, so that's a new gear knob in it. Randomly, the reverse cameras didn't work, so I've had to put a new switch into the gearbox to get that up and running. And these are the switches that run, obviously, the back lights, but there's a plug in here, I'm not about showing you, that was just running the parasitic drain, so I then had to disconnect that to stop it from obviously running down the battery. So yeah, it's been a bloody nightmare. Every time I fix something, I've got to fix something else in this one. I mean, it's a cracking van, I can't complain for what I want it for. I can't really bother, but I mean, it's obviously had a hit because it's pushed the bumper out, broke a clip, and randomly we've got, and it wasn't me, a wood screw in here holding together. Underneath it as well, you can just see here we've got a bend in the intercooler, which means it has been hit. That is the cable that's just been tied up for this light bar as well. It doesn't even work. The top one at the back does, but so things like this I need to tidy up. You can see how badly it's had a heavy hit to break this. It's really solid, that stuff as well. But yeah, this is Sunny's old van. If you remember, I was building this on one of the last videos. Well, it has now been featured on Fast Forward magazine as well. It was the front cover car, one of the last ones effectively before they shut it down, excuse me. So yeah, this is the blue Fiesta track car that we were building, all done and dusted. Had some good outings in it. We're doing it, obviously Silverstone was its debut for everybody to see it. It did really well. Car drove so fast, nothing was really keeping up with it on track, if I'm honest, bar a Mustang that didn't get very far. But we've got it all stripped out. There's a Garmin Catalyst clicks into here so we can do our lap times. That's for my phone. But yeah, I've tried to pull as much weight out as we can in it. There's literally nothing in. Next stage would be to cut this boot out. That's the problem with this one. We're going to cut this out and lighten up the weight, and then we're going to bring the exhausts up through here and then through the back of the tailgate. And I want them to come out through here, so when I shut this down, I've got two exhausts coming out there. Why? Because I want something different. So yeah, there's more of a spec on that online for it, but we'll still be doing some more track days, so there'll be track videos coming up of this one as well. There's done much change in this unit other than this, my new baby. I can't believe this is now in my collection. You have a RS500 parked here right in front of my 3-door. And I couldn't be more over the moon to this sitting here. Oh, no way. I guess I need a better double-sided tape for that one. So yeah, you have a new toy in the collection that won't be going anywhere. We have Blaze still sitting in there. It is back up and running as well. I'd like to let everybody know. We haven't had a video up saying about it, but that engine in there is up and running, and we're just doing some running miles before we do some fine tuning. We'll get to more of that. We have the 3-door sitting here, the Sapphire, and Blaze's little brother Shadow here, which I've changed the front end on. I've gone away from the fiberglass bumper and gone back to the standard RS one. Added on with a new Maxton Designs lower lip on it. So yeah, two different cars. But wow, I can't believe I've got this hidey hole in here. Obviously, still got the Escort Cosworth as well, tucked away. Haven't driven it in over a year, on for its MOT. And then Minty. So yeah, they're all still here. So thanks for watching this quick video on I don't know what we're going to call it, whether it's my return to the YouTube or not, but I can't thank you all enough for messaging me, mailing me, and subscribing and following everything, and all those people that have contacted me to keep my head up and keep my head in this game, and I don't know, just kind of push myself into I think outside my comfort zone. I'm by no means someone that wants to show off, but I'm passionate about cars, I'm passionate about my cars, and I love sharing my stories and I'm getting up to with the cars, and I'd talk to anybody about them. I'd help anybody when it comes down to it. But Stay tuned, because I am going to start filming everything and you're going to be sick of seeing my face. So like I always say to everybody, thank you very much, and until the next one, you know the score. Take it easy.